Ladies and gentlemen, we are in this shit right now. I thought I could keep myself calm for the first two episodes, but I swear, when I saw this on Monday morning, August 15th, I was speechless. Utter speechless. Let's get right into it. Designer notes. Day 7. The Ironclad Collective faction lore. For eons, unknown on their planet of Noxdorma, the Ironclad have been waging war using the cold logic of their data cognitors and the hardened steel of their inorganic weapon systems, the limitations and mortality of their organic species reforged and forgotten, as countless generations focused on perfecting their methods of absolute destruction. Every outcome on the battlefield is pre-calculated. Every possible strategy is processed before the first shots are fired. The collective's military composition constantly adapts to the new battlefield conditions as they upgrade their cybernetics to counter enemy tactics, sometimes even relinquishing individuality to ameliorate themselves into combined monstrous war machines of searing intensity. Members of the collective reflect their harsh philosophies of war in various death masks, creating metallic reflections of nightmares and creating a visual persona of fear and despair in the minds of their adversaries. Every potential edge in combat is analyzed, even the psychological advantages gained through uncompromising terror tactics. Dude, that's so metal! I love that so much. Look at what we have here. Look at this. This doesn't look like anything we've ever seen before, and I love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've seen things like this before in other games, possibly, but not heroScape. Not the fun-loving robots and death war machines and the army man and the, other monsters and stuff. Like, this is nuts! This is nuts! And I love this! I love this Doom! Look at this Doom stuff right now! What's going on? Dude! Look at this! Look at them! This one, I'm very more interested in this. Like, that's a vehicle. That is our first sign of a vehicle. And look at this Pac-Man looking mother. Look at this guy. Dude. He's got like mechanical. I mean, there's a head up here. That's a head. That's some kind of a skull. I wonder if that's his eyes. And what is this? Honestly, that's what we need for this game. We need a Doomslayer for these guys. Whoever that may be, holy moly. Bro, look at this. It's so cool. I can't even predict on what they could possibly do. I mean, based on the notes that we got, there's a lot to work off of. Maybe they do something with switching order markers around with their own armies. Maybe they do, well, I bring that up because of their, the collective's military composition constantly adapts to new battlefield conditions as they upgrade their cybernetics to counter enemy tactics, sometimes even relinquishing individuality to humiliate themselves, which I don't even know what the heck that means at that point. I don't even know. Can they, I mean, how do you upgrade yourself in heroScape? I don't know. I mean, do you get cards, extra point? Do you take extra points and then over time you just switch out the cards and the figures to upgrade your units? I just don't know. I mean, that sounds amazing. It also sounds like a huge risk. Like, imagine if you start with a 50-point model and then you also take a 100-point model, but let's say if you're playing with 360 points, you're using 150 already, but only 50 of them is on the battlefield. So you have to, let's say you have to do kills or wait a turn. Every turn you use an order marker on them, you get a pip, and after 3 pips, you get to summon your new character, you swap them out, now you got a 100-point model. And then a 100-point, or maybe not even so, you get to still keep that person on the battlefield, or do something instead of like, when Elgrim dies and you put that model onto the card, I wonder if you still keep the powers of that figure on the card with the 100-point model. And then, so essentially you still have 150 points worth of character, but that character is beefed up. That's a possibility. Once again, that's speculation. That also would be pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I right? Day 8. You needed to get your vitamins and minerals from someplace. After our decision to create a literal living blast furnace on tank treads, it provided incredible fulfilling to figure out an accurate tabletop scale to properly allow this monstrosity to consume all manner of enemy combatants. Turn them into molten slag, and leave the clinker across the battlefield. I mean, really, what is more horrifying to witness? And yes, it fits on a peanut base. Sort of. Sort of? Chris? Where does the rest of it go? How am I supposed to fit this thing in between 2 trays? Can I knock the trees down? You let me know. The Melter Death Forge. Bro! We're full size in this. We're full size. Look at this! Look at this! Bro! I am not more excited for anything else in the world than seeing this model. This is the torment I want to put my enemies through. I want to put them all through this. That is where you belong, sir. That is where you belong. Come inside. It's nice and warm. The destruction. Look at all the jet engines. Look at all the jet engines. There's tank treads in heroScape. Yes. Yes. Tank treads. There's chainsaws. What official figure has a chainsaw? I mean, there is a custom character. That's why I said official. What is it official? I mean, customs to me at this point can be official. Because the people that worked on the customs are working on Age of Annihilation. So, if you're not into the customs now, what are you waiting for? For the prices to come down. Yes, I'm fully aware for the prices to come down. I know. But at least get into it, you know? At least be knowledgeable about the characters. You know? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Otherwise, you go into here. You deserve to go into here, okay? That's what happens. You're being melted into the Death Forge. I want this face on a model. Can we get that face on a model, though? Maybe not this model, but a face. That face, that'd be great. These designs are phenomenal. Obviously, I think this is for the Death Forge, but I hope they do use these models for something else. I love them all. They remind me of what they were going for with the Monster Slayers. With the different weapon types, but they're all like big brooding weapons. So that's really cool. But yeah, I mean, what's this one say? Skin is burnt and scarred. Very cool. Obviously, because he's, you know, burning stuff, and so he might get some, you know, some ashes on the side. You know, things are fleeing, body, arms, and stuff. Like Sergeant Drake Alexander, eat your heart out, man. I'm coming down and bull training you. You're right in here, right in here, right in there. Get inside. Get in my belly. I know enough. Joe, relax. Yeah, I assume, yeah, to consume all manner of enemy combatants, so, and turn them into molten slag. I mean, I hope at some point they have this really cool ability where when you do consume, either if it's a squad or if it's a hero, whoever, which I presume is a D20 roll. I would assume so. I mean, even if you do just, you know, naturally kill it through dice, that's, I'm sure, is fine. Maybe you do have to roll a D20 in order for it to fully digest, maybe? That would be cool. And then maybe get like a pip marker to put on the figure, and if you get so many, you can heal other characters within the collective. Another possibility. Just throwing some ideas out there. But whatever they propose that this character does, I'm game. I'm game. I love this model. Next! Day 9! The strength of walls depends on the courage of those that guard them. Wraith Riders are the vanguard elite of an ironclad advance, rushing ahead of the main force to break forward defenses and weaken morale before the enemy are overrun by the inexorable march of legions of ghastly cybernetic creatures. Their fast and aggressive flanking tactics force their adversaries into killing zones, where the rest of the Ironclad can apply their vast array of horrific firepower onto the belligerent and hopeless. I love these! Who is writing this? Chris, are you writing these, or are you just, like, typing someone else's work? I mean, dude, the words. Most of these words I don't even understand. I am not smart, okay? I need a dictionary for this stuff, but reading it is an absolute blast furnace. The Wraith Riders are just so metal looking. Imagine Ghost Rider on big old balls, shifting around. That's who I picture here, for some reason, Ghost Rider. Then again, the Grok Riders, actually at ScapeCon, I actually played somebody that was using Grok Riders and had repainted them with the essence of Ghost Rider. And bro, when I saw them on the battlefield, I was fanatic. I was so excited to be destroyed by them. It was so very exciting. But these guys are really neat. I mean, so different. I mean, bravo for coming up with something so diversely different than legs, tank treads, and maybe like them just wings. Just giving everything wings. A giant ball is so cool. So cool. And these guys having giant, like, metal-looking sword whips that just slice up, or maybe they spike themselves into their enemies, and then you have to draw them. I mean, that would be cool. If you can just whip it, like, if they have a range of 3. I mean, usually when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's a range of 2, but a range of 3, because that looks long. That looks long. So a range of 3 to whip that across, and instead of you bringing your enemy, to you, you bring yourself to them. And you just kind of go, let's say a move of 6. Let's say 6. And then with a range of 3, you can essentially attach yourself to an enemy and then draw yourself closer. So you have so you have a move of 9. That would be so much fun. To just be like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Wha-bam! I'm in your face. That's so cool. I love that. I think that would be so much fun. Like I said, whatever they do with the characters, I'm happy for. But, you know, I'm just coming up with some ideas on the edge of my seat here, because I can't wait. Show me the cards. Just show me the cards. Hashtag show me the cards. Can we get that trending, please? Hashtag show me the cards in the description below. Show your support for what we need to see with these cards. With all the cards. Show me the cards. Give me the stats. Give me the special powers. Come on. Day 10. We're on Thursday already. Arachnophobia is a specific phobia brought about by the irrational fear of spiders. Thanatophobia is an intense fear of death or the dying process. Two horrific nightmares go great together in hellish war zones of Valhalla. The Lich Lord commands massive battalions on behalf of its Valkyrie masters with an iron grip, and the vicious neurotoxins of the Lich Lord's own wicked creation. These vile injections most times augment and enhance the awesome powers of the Ironclad Collective, but not all survive the violent effects of these venomous fluids, but sacrifices must be made for absolute victory. What are we looking at now? What is happening now? Why are things now mysteriously typed on the concept org? They just write things on here. Now they're just being typed. What happened? I don't know. We'll look at that in a second. But that is wicked. And hold on. Let's go back to this real quick. Valkyrie Masters? They follow more than one? Is that possible? Will the symbol on the card be split in half? And we'll see, let's say, 2 new types of Valkyrie Masters? You know, for example being half Ukar, half Valkyrie. That's the concept. Imagine that. The iron grip and the vicious neurotoxins on the Lich Lord's own wicked creation, these vile injections most times augment and enhance the powers of the Ironclad Collective, but not all survive. So I'm getting a lot of vibes of Kimoshi, and well, obviously because of the spider-looking idea, but also Kelda, because Kelda can heal you, but if you roll a very low die roll on the d20, you obviously harm your own teammates. And so I presume you're having this kind of combination of those 2 units where they give out some kind of neon toxin spray to harm your opponents, and also you can heal your own guys, but with doing so, if you roll poorly, then you could damage them and potentially kill them. Regardless if you don't want to paint them or not, or you're like totally turned off by that, regardless, first of all, I'm oogling over the idea of what these models look like, and we're getting shades of beige and red. And I'm oogling and just blasphemy over that. It's Friday! Day 11. To be Omnimitsu is to become the sharp eyes and keen ears of the Shogun, to unmask the Akuma before her mysterious schemes unfold and bring chaos to the land. To be Master Omnimitsu of the Empress Kyova is to become the Akuma herself. Happy Friday. See everyone on Monday. Stop saying that like we're gonna consume this information like a normal person. Okay, Chris? Okay? And we're not just getting a returning cast member, but we're getting a name drop of Empress Kyova? So if you're gonna name drop that, you're telling me at some point we're gonna get Empress Kyova back. Because how are you going to introduce a character that we already own and not bring them back? Okay? Come on now. Alright. You're good. Okay. Alright. Shuri. It is confirmed by Chris and the team that this is Shuri in an upgrade. She got promoted. Now, I know on the Tales of Valhalla podcast, which is now officially a podcast at this point. So check out Sundays 9:30 p.m. That's the name drop. That's the That's the thing what we're doing now. Sundays 9:30, we are going over every week's current updates on a weekly basis. So Sundays 9:30, Tales of Valhalla. So I know Ryan had mentioned about this being a squad, but I personally believe that this is just the many different poses they wanted to go with for her. So, all super fantastic. I don't even know which one they're gonna go with. Probably this one here. Probably this one, because that one's the most badass. But I hope she's got some kind of smoke bomb ability, because she's got these grenade-looking things here. Maybe she has a leap now. Let's actually just look at her card real quick. She does, her mask is very similar in design. She's got these spiky shoulder pads, She is wearing some kind of skirt slash short shorts that she still has. She's still got that going on. And she's still got long hair, which I assume will be a dark color. And she's got her weapons. She's got the same type of knife weapons. So, just looking at her stats, I don't know if they'll change too much. I don't particularly think Shuri isn't a particularly strong character. She's 60 points, where a lot of characters, or at least base stat wise, 100 points. So she's a little bit weaker than most. So hopefully she'll get a point boost because of her abilities might get changed. But she did have Concentrated Will, where she has only one unrevealed order marker on her army card, add 1 to her attack and defense. So that's kind of okay. So that would make her a 44, and that's pretty cool. Attack 4, defense 4. Phantom Walk, which she can walk through all figures and is never attacked through leaving engagements. When leaving engagement, and then she has a Shuriken special. It's a ranged attack, and I guess that's what she has. Shurikens. I'm not smart with weapons. I don't know what they are. If Shuri is attacking a small or medium figure, roll 3 attack dice for Shuriken special. If Shuri is attacking a figure of a different size or destructible object, roll 2 attack dice for Shuriken special. I forgot about that. That's cool. So it's not like she can only attack small or medium, which most special powers are like, oh, you can only use, against small or medium, but it's giving that extra ability where it's like, you can still use this ranged attack against large and huge, but it's just much weaker, which makes sense. But that's super cool. I like that, because there's still a chance you can poke an eye out. That thing, kid. I hope she's got maybe a leap ability based on this concept down here, and possibly maybe a stronger Shuriken and a smoke bomb. Alright, heading over to the Cap corner. Cap for CapSocrates. He has been documenting everything on heroScapers, so thank you and applause to you, sir, for your continued work. So, we go through all of the amazing news. Somebody was asking, he said that we can reprint. It is just simply not a priority, and we would need to recreate all the old tooling, so it would be new sculpts regardless. Okay, so if you were concerned about if we're gonna get older units, they're better off just making newer units anyway. Alright, if you're not familiar, check out Trexie 3D. They sell a full catalog of 3D printed models from heroScape. I don't know why every single image does not load, but if you're seeing a familiar image, this familiar 10th Regiment of the Foot, Air Elemental, Alistar Mudurk, look at these prices. $9, $3.50, $4.75 for Atlaga, Blade Gruts. I mean, I think you guys are catching on to this. They're sold out right now. So I would go check these out before they are getting sold out, and I don't know how long it takes for him to get these models printed again. So please go take a look at this. Look at that. This guy's a Gen Con exclusive, and he's $6. Bro, that's amazing. So thank you for your, ultimate support. No one's paying me to say that. I just love sharing these awesome things with you guys, the fellow heroScapers. Chris also says, if memory serves, the Primadon Dawn Raider sculpt with the Power Maul melee weapon was actually the very first sculpt we went to final on. When Craig and I saw that concept piece come in, both of us were just, yeah, this is going to blow their minds. Approved. I think he just wanted to state that for a few different reasons. One, to say that this was the first model that was approved by Chris and Craig. And the other thing is also confirming that his race is a Primadon, which are a race that we're already familiar with. So those are the Gorillinators. So I think that's pretty cool to see that the Dawn Raiders are still housing, we already know that. We have a Morrow pirate, so seeing a Primadon is really, really cool. We love it. We love being confirmed on things, because speculation can get into weird territories. We don't want to speculate too much. @Chill says, I would guess we're looking at one faction each week with maybe a special drop on Friday. And Chris in Carmine says, thanks, Chill, you have been paying attention. So yeah, that's assumed. But it's also now confirmed, that's what we're getting. Comrade PK says, this is kind of a minor thing, but I hope that the Ironclads aren't all the robots there are, or that there's other factions of Ironclads if Ironclad refers to a race/species. Eisenek is the species. Ironclad Collective is the faction. Valkyrie is censored. So I think they want to close off the idea of revealing a Valkyrie because I presume it's a new Valkyrie general. Learning and watching and being on the Tales of Valhalla podcast, our lore master Jeremy, and reading through the journals, the Thorm journals, says that there's a bunch of wellsprings. Wellsprings are the things that give Valkyries their powers. There are 13 of them. We've only found 7. Each of the Valkyries have been protecting one of them. There are 7 generals, and there's 13 wellsprings we do not know the locations of. There are 6 other generals that we have no idea who they are. So we might be getting a new one. We might be getting many new ones, to be honest. Eisenek is the species. So that's really cool. I think that's really cool that they're just gonna just drop that kind of information, on the Discord. So thank you for posting that on the Discord and someone happening to catch it. There needs to be a website with all this information, and it's kind of like you have let's say all this information on the page, but everything's blackened out, on a security secret form, and then over every day or so, and every time you release something, things are just being revealed, and the marks are being revealed. That would be pretty cool. I would enjoy that. Just so it's you refresh, and the black marks are being undiscovered every other day or so. So that would be pretty interesting marketing. So if they don't do it, I'll do it for something one day. There you go. Comrade PK says, so it's possible there's other Eisenek who aren't part of the collective, and thus would serve other generals, or none in the case of Dawn Raiders. And Chris is so wise. So we might see some more Eisenek. Woo! Awesome. I'd love to see a story faction video talking about the Ironclad Collective and what it takes to become part of the Ironclad Collective. Let's see an Eisenek being pulled apart and being stuck with a bunch of machinery. That would be pretty dope. Maybe the Iron Lord? Maybe? Anyway. So, which posted by in Carmine, Pirate Queen Bonnie was a great concept project, working historical historicals into the Dawn Raiders with a proper vibe and a broader sense of diversity, the Monster Hunters helped set a great tone with the Dawn Raiders and gave us a location in the product line to dabble in species that don't yet have larger definition. Sonlin was an excellent proof of concept and helped drive good conversation in the studio, particularly behind the push and pull of existing characters. So I also think he's confirming that it's Sonlin, and we knew that. That's obvious. But we're also confirming that they were unsure about returning characters and maybe the story that they were being proposed. So, obviously we're at this point that things are happening. We are getting, new characters, we're getting old characters, there's a story being formed, we're seeing this stuff unravel on a weekly basis. There's things to expect and things to be unexpected. Pirate Queen Bonnie being historicals for the Dawn Raiders is so much fun. I said it in the last video. The characters and the historicals are there. They just can't right now, be like, here's more Civil War characters, here's World War One. It doesn't make sense for the story because we're in the age of Annihilation. There is a lot of time passed, and maybe there is don't get me wrong, maybe there is a general that really likes human characters, a lot like Einar, that loves human samurai and ninjas and just wants a bunch of those in his army. And so maybe we can get a bunch of World War I characters with the general. We just haven't seen that general being showcased yet. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Let's just wait and see and sit back and relax and watch the internet explode with how awesome these changes and these situations that we're getting are. On the pirate front, so sorry, a lot of this is Dawn Raider related. I'm just going through the pages from this, and so because things are coming out on a daily basis, it's taking a long time for people to kind of grasp the concept of what was going on for the previous week. So a lot of this news will be a lot older, even though I'm recording it weeks behind. But a lot of us are still trying to grasp what is happening. Look at me. Like I have a lot going on, and I'm trying to still. The words are still being weird for me to describe on what I really feel about these units. So Coolpack continues and says, "This is why we need things to be spelled out to be official. Ha ha." And Carmen says, "What's the fun in that? Like anyone has done their research, the Dawn Raider Widow reveal to see she is also Earthborn historical character as well as Bonnie." Yeah, a lot of people didn't do the research. Then again, we didn't really know that we should have been doing the research. So even with this being a confirmation, when you see something that kind of looks human, I type it into Google at this point. There you have it. Another week of incredible news. All of this stuff is super awesome to see. I'm so happy that we have this game coming back. And regardless of what we're getting, I'm happy. And I hope you guys are too as well. Stay happy and let me know what you guys think of the Ironclad Collective. What do you think of Tell Me About Shuri? And don't tell me it's not. It is. And we'll tune in to the next video. And if you haven't already, check out week 1 and week 2 of the updates. There's a playlist now of all the weeks that I've been covering so far. And don't forget, I am not crazy. I'm Joe Crazy. Peace.